Welcome back, guys! Kung magaling kang mag-basketball at matagal mo ng pangarap na maglaro sa Amerika, baka ikaw na ang hinahanap ng American Basketball Association o ABA. Ang liga ay naghahanap ngayon ng 2 Pinoy ballers na pwede sumali sa ABA draft para sa 2014-2015 season. Ang mga mapipili ay magkakaroon ng tsansa na makalaban ng ilang mga free agents at veterans ng NBA. For more on this, we now have in the studio the CEO of the ABA Global Media Studios, Mr. Rufi Parpan. Sir Rufi, thank you for coming here to the Score, and good evening.
Wait, Sir Rufi, for the purpose of those who don't know, can you give us a brief history of the ABA and how it started to come where it is now, and what programs are you doing here in the Philippines?
Okay, for those of us who I would say grew up in the 70s, you might be more familiar with the ABA as the league that started in the late 60s, and the height of its popularity was in the 70s. Ang mga icons na players ng ABA nung araw, of course, the most popular would be si Dr. J.
Yeah.
And of course, there's George Gervin, the Iceman, and David Thompson, the Skywalker. So what happened was the ABA was actually bought by the NBA back in 1976, and the 4 teams from the ABA were absorbed by the NBA. So, well, one of the more popular teams, of course, there would be the Indiana Pacers. The others would be the Denver Nuggets. San Antonio Spurs were in the finals right now, and the New York Nets back then. So, that happened in 1976. In 2000, one of the former founders of the ABA reacquired the rights to the ABA and essentially restarted the league. So it's been on for 13 seasons. And that brings us now here to where our group now, as ABA Global Media Studios, we have the rights now to produce and distribute the games. And noting that it's the ABA Global Media Studios, ang goal kasi namin ngayon is bring the ABA to a truly global stage. And of course, being Filipinos, we really want to be able to indulge yung, I would say a dream, but probably not so much a dream anymore soon, as what we're trying to do here is really create a means for Filipino players, homegrown Filipino players, to finally make it to that stage na makakalaro nila, makiging kasabay nila sa isang team. You know, former NBA players, higher level quality of players in this American League, the ABA, and that's really what we're trying to start to do right now with our movement.
So just like the NBA, the ABA is also trying to take the game global, and you're giving an opportunity to several Philippine players, standouts, to have a chance to get a basketball career in the States.
That's right. To differentiate, the NBA, the global flavor of the NBA really is taking their games to different geographies. In the ABA, what we're trying to do here is bring more, I would say, more global players into the league itself. So starting with Filipino players. So that's actually the goal now of the ABA. That's the means of taking it into that global stage.
And I believe this was started by a Filipino, si
Yes.
Paul Muñozga.
Yes, that's right. Our chairman is Paul Muñozga, and in 2010, he acquired a stake in the ABA Global element, and particularly the goal really was it's every Filipino basketball player's dream to be able to play on a much bigger stage, and I guess this is a good a goal as any for any of these players, really.
So you're getting players from the Philippines and other countries as well. Which countries are these?
Well, that's right. So starting with the Philippines, and then essentially later on when we have this format into a good model, then taking that also and adapting that to other, I would say other Asian countries, like China, Japan, probably as well, and get more Asian players into the ABA. Thus, I would say really creating that global flavor within the league.
Since you are Filipinos, does this mean that the Filipinos have a better chance of making it to the ABA?
Yes, definitely. I would say, I think more than pride itself, we do acknowledge that the level of competence and capabilities of Filipino players really is right there. So, for example, back in 2010, the Smart Gilas team actually had a chance to participate in the ABA as what we call a travel team, and they did win a couple of games. So I think we were able to prove that the Filipino player can really compete at that level.
And
It is a
backstage, you were also telling me that Kevin Alas actually had a chance to travel to the States and participate and train with some of the teams in the West Coast in the ABA.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that, sir?
Yes, that is right. So he is a player of note
Yeah.
here as a collegiate player, and I think what he's proven with that stint is that a player of that, even of that in that stage, in that caliber, in the collegiate level, can actually compete. So talking about it that way, siguro parang he's already opened that door to prove that we do have the kind of players who can make it there. The only thing in the way, of course, is he's still got his amateur status. But come time that he can pursue that, he can definitely make it in the ABA as well.
Okay, so for those who are interested, can you tell us how to join
Yeah.
this draft and how can people apply? I'm sure everyone would love to know.
Okay. Well, right now, we're still in the process of putting together the mechanics and the whole package. But I guess you could probably check out the website.
Is there an age limit or
Well, not really. Not really.
criteria?
Let's just say that, of course, you got to be of some certain level of maturity. Say you're going to be going to another country, you have to be able to have that level of maturity to stand on your own and deal with those new realities. And safe to say, I would say that part of the preparation of getting the player there includes that mental preparation for the player. So that is something that we're going to be looking out for as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Sir Rufi. Once again, Sir Rufi Parpan, the CEO of the ABA Global Media Studio. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.